Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, alleged robbers killed in St. James. Two men believed to be involved in the robbery of a supermarket in Montego Bay, St. James Tuesday night, in which two cops were shot and injured, were fatally shot in separate targeted police operations Wednesday evening. According to the news sources, the first of the suspected gunmen was killed during a confrontation with members of a police team in an area known as Go Peace Lane, Salt Springs, St. James, shortly after 4 p.m. A firearm, bloody clothes and the shoes, and the coins believed stolen from the supermarket were reportedly found on the scene. Less than an hour later, a second man, believed to be among the robbers, was fatally shot when he challenged the cops who were on an operation in an area known as Albion Lane. An illegal firearm was also seized by the police on the scene. According to sources, the police are now continuing several targeted operations in the parish where criminals robbed two supermarkets Tuesday night. 20-year-old arrested after stabbing death of father. A 20-year-old man has been arrested by police for the murder of his father. Jerry Noel Dixon, otherwise called OJ, of Goodwin Park Road, Kingston 4, was charged with murder following the stabbing death of his father, 53-year-old Sean Dixon, at his address, Price Lane, Kingston, on Saturday. Reports from the Kingston Central Police are that about 12:25 p.m., Jerry Noel, who was armed with a knife, attacked his father while he was lying in his motor car at his home. He then allegedly used the knife to inflict several wounds to his upper body before escaping in the area on foot. Sean Dixon was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Jerry Noel later turned himself into the police where he was charged following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. A court date for him is being arranged. Spanish Town truck driver charged over alleged non-delivery of $335,000 worth of goods. 42-year-old Andrew Amos, a truck driver of Jacaranda, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, has been charged with theft over the alleged non-delivery of several items valued at just over $335,000 earlier this year. He has been charged with larceny as a servant following a series of incidents that occurred between January 28 and February 28. Reports from the Spanish Town Police indicate that Amos, who was employed as a truck driver, was entrusted with delivery of several items valued at $335,466.88. However, the goods were allegedly never delivered. When confronted about the missing items, Amos allegedly failed to provide a satisfactory explanation for their disappearance. A report was made to the police, leading to an investigation. Amos was arrested and charged after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney, a police statement said on Wednesday. Kingston mechanic charged with Hillcrest Avenue murder. A 39-year-old mechanic from Rockfort in Kingston has been charged with multiple offenses, including murder, following the shooting of a man on Hillcrest Avenue in St. Andrew in December 2024. Charged is Terrian Gordon, otherwise called Quincy, of Harbour Road in eastern Kingston. He has been charged with murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, using a firearm to commit a felony, and a conspiracy to commit murder. The deceased has been identified as 31-year-old Lester Moore, otherwise called Chucky, a furniture maker of Glasspool Avenue, Rockfort. According to reports from the Rockfort police, Moore was attacked while walking along the roadway about 12:30 p.m. on December 13. It's alleged that Gordon brandished a firearm and shot Moore in the upper body before fleeing the area on foot. Moore was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Gordon was charged following an identification parade during which he was positively identified. Ex-PNP MP Jolyon Silvera renews the push for bail in Court of Appeal next week. Former People's National Party lawmaker Julian Silvera, who is accused of the shooting murder of his wife in 2023, will make another attempt for bail in the Court of Appeal next week. A hearing has been set for Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. before Justice Nicole Foster Pusey, according to a court schedule released this week. The bail application will be heard in chambers which are not typically open to the public. In May 2024, a judge in the Supreme Court denied Silvera's application for bail. At the time, his attorney, King's Counsel Peter Champagny, said an appeal was a live issue. In February, a judge remanded the 52-year-old businessman for trial on January 12 next year. Melissa Silvera, 42, was found dead in the couple's home in Stony Hill, St. Andrew on November 10, 2023. It was first reported that she died in her sleep from natural causes. However, an autopsy performed 3 weeks after her death revealed that she had died from gunshot wounds. 3 bullet fragments were found inside her body, leading the police to commence a murder investigation. Silvera was arrested and charged on January 18, 2024. He has been in custody since. Woman caught with a stolen baby to be sentenced today. Anisha Ramsey, the young woman who was found with a stolen baby 5 years ago, was taken into custody yesterday for sentencing today in the Home Circuit Court, where she will learn her fate. Justice Leighton Pusey will hand down the sentence. Ramsey's lawyer, Ken Thompson, has asked for a non-custodial sentence. The 26-year-old administrative assistant, who pleaded guilty to child stealing in January, has maintained that she had agreed to adopt the baby for $500,000 but did not know that the infant had been stolen. Ramsey also indicated that before realizing the baby had been stolen, she told her friend several times to come back for the baby after encountering difficulties with the payment and the collection of documents for the infant. However, he told her that the mother was not interested in taking back the baby. The then 5-week-old baby, Nair Frank, was snatched while his mother was walking with him along Russell Road in St. Andrew on the afternoon of October 13, 2019. The mother was reportedly forced into a vehicle with her baby by men who later took the infant and released her. On January 22, 2020, the baby was found in Ramsey's care at her home in Flintshire Crescent, Kingston 11. Senior Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Jeremy Taylor, after outlining the facts in the case, shared the contents of a caution statement that Ramsey gave to the police. Ramsey said that before the incident, she had suffered a miscarriage and had left home. She said she was in a bad place and had kept her miscarriage a secret. However, she confided in one of her friends, Jay, who told her he had a friend in the adoption business. She expressed an interest in getting a baby, and her friend told her he would handle it, but that she would need to get some money from her family to pay the mother. Ramsey said they lost the contact for a while, and when they resumed the communication sometime in October, Jay informed her that he had the baby and that it would cost her $500,000. Ramsey said she told him she did not have that kind of money because she was not working, but he told her that she could have the baby and that they would work out a payment plan. She said they later met at Pavilion Mall in Kingston and she collected the baby, but shortly after, she told him to return for the baby and to keep him until she could pay, as he kept asking for the money. Jay informed her, however, that the mother did not want the child, so she had to keep the baby. About 2 to 3 weeks later, Ramsey said she returned to her family home and introduced the baby as her own. Sometime after, she was on social media when she saw images of the missing child and contacted the mother, who indicated that she could not talk at the time. Ramsey said she questioned Jay about the baby's whereabouts and was told that the mother had given up the baby. She said Jay insisted that the mother had given up the baby willingly. Jay also told her to ignore the story on social media, claiming that the mother wanted money and had to build a story. Ramsey said she asked for the mother's contact information so she could get the documents, but Jay maintained that the mother did not want the baby and kept asking for money. She said she demanded the documents, and about 2 days later, they had a conference call with a woman who claimed to be the baby's mother and indicated then that everything was fine. At that point, he kept asking for the money. I told him I didn't have any money, so I told him to come back for the baby. He said he's not going to come back for the baby. If I don't want the baby, I should take the baby to the police station or do whatever I want, but they don't want the baby back. They want the money. He kept asking for the money. Then I told him to come back for the baby since I didn't have the money, Ramsey said in the statement. According to her, it became a big thing on social media, and as a result, she kept asking questions about the baby as she saw stories different to what she had been told. She said after seeing the baby on Dear Dream, she again called them to come for the baby, but Jay said he can't bother and that she should keep the baby. Following an argument, she said that Jay blocked her and that she could not reach either him or the baby's mother and was stuck with the baby. So in about late November, I began following up the post about the baby, but I still thought the mother had given up the child and had to build a story. So I was stuck with the baby. I wasn't hearing from them and I never knew what to do, Ramsey said further in her statement. Thompson, in her plea in mitigation, asked the judge to bear in mind that Ramsey was not the person who had physically stolen the baby and to impose a non-custodial sentence. She also asked the judge to consider that Ramsey had suffered a miscarriage, was experiencing postpartum depression, and had genuinely believed her friend that the mother was giving up the child willingly. The lawyer further submitted that her client was very remorseful and embarrassed about the incident and sorry for the pain and the suffering that she caused the child's parents. She also asked the judge to note that Ramsey did not waste the court's time and pleaded guilty at the first opportunity, as well as fully cooperated with the police. My lord, at the time, she was young, naive, and depressed, and did not know that what she was engaging in was a criminal offense, Thompson said, while pointing out that Ramsey is now a mother and the sole provider to a 2-year-old son. Pusey, in the meantime, informed the court that he needed to read a caution statement before handing down the sentence. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.